Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day today. I'll cut straight to the chase. My phone has been hacked. At the very least, my WhatsApps have been hacked. And I'm going to show you the evidence. I have hard evidence. And it was posted on one of the troll accounts, no less. Before that, please don't send us any more parcels for anything. Don't send any links by email. Probably best don't send me any WhatsApps. I'm not going to be opening any links. Yes, the police know about this. They must be getting mighty fed up. But there's a lot I want to talk to you about this because I have spoken with people who are retired police officers, people who've worked in journalism and PR publication, just to kind of run the scenario by them because I'm getting stonewalled by the police on this. And to ask them, do they think it's normal, right? Do they think it's normal that a situation like this that's been going on for 2 years now, bearing in mind all the people who've been attacked, all any of us have ever done is critique Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, right? It's not like a load of us YouTubers have a ton of enemies all over the place who are out to get us, you know. Far as I know, at least for the last couple of years, 3 years, you know, even our two psychos that we've had in our lives for years, they're not interested in us. They haven't been doing anything. You know, we're not near them. They're not near us. So, you know, it baffles the mind when you see this level of hatred. Now, I do understand that members of the royal family, members of the royal household, they are always going to attract difficult people, hence them needing security. And I do also understand that royal correspondents on the TV, royal authors, and any YouTubers like us who comment on the royal family, of course, we also, to a certain degree, are going to attract difficult people. Now, thankfully, you guys are lovely. Everyone in this community. I've never seen any of you issue death threats, not to me, to the royal family, not Meghan, not Harry. I don't see any security risks whatsoever. We're all just having a conversation about a probably the most public institution in the world, the British royal monarchy. And it would appear that even though it's not a political thing, it's not really a contentious thing, it would appear that that type of thing, that institution does attract death threats. Anyone who's been on my X will see that one person wanted to put a bullet in mine and Graham's head. I mean, Graham hardly talks about the royal family actually on his channel, so I don't really know why he deserves a bullet, but supposedly because he's just married to me. I don't really understand why members of YouTubers' families suddenly become the focus of hatred and attack when they're not themselves commenting on the royal family. And even the commentary on YouTube, you know, YouTube have rules and standards. If YouTube are unsure of any of my videos, they put restrictions on them and a human reviewer checks them. And I don't think I've ever had one come back where YouTube have gone, no, you can't say that. So I'm pretty confident I'm not saying anything outrageous. The only thing that I refuse to do is worship Harry and Meghan. I refuse to do it because respect is earned. It's not demanded simply because of an accident of birth. Now, with every member of the royal family, it is actually an accident of birth. And to a certain degree, yeah, it's, oh, this is awesome. This is the golden ticket. But to another degree, it can be, I didn't actually ask for this, but I'm going to knuckle down and make the best of it and get on with it. Some of the personalities in the royal family are flamboyant and love this type of thing, and some I'm sure are very shy and are very reluctant, such as I think Camilla and Catherine particularly are. They come across as very, they're doing a great job, but it's not the type of thing they would have sought out. Right, my phone has been hacked. Let's start there. So I'm going to ask Graham to put a screenshot up here, or maybe the whole screen. What you're seeing right now is a screenshot that I took on my phone of part of my WhatsApp. Now, I've blocked out the details of the two people that are in my WhatsApp list. This is my list of contacts. Right, take a good look at this. One doesn't have a name. It's a Gibraltar phone number. I've blocked out some of the digits to protect the identity of that person. And the other one is the name Paul, and there's an email address. And I've blocked out some of that as well. Now, I'm going to ask Graham to put this up. This is a screenshot that was posted on one of the new troll accounts. Now, how would they have got that screenshot, right? Let's actually use the whole screen and look at the two in comparison. One has a black screen, that's mine. That's a screenshot taken from my phone. And the other one has a bluish, purplish background. And I think that's been taken by a telephone off a computer screen. That's what it looks like to me. Now, that's horrifying. That is my private WhatsApp list. And not only that, now, a lot of you are not on WhatsApp, won't know, but those of you that are, the people that you talk to the most on WhatsApp, they go near the top. So if I were to go right to the bottom of my WhatsApp list and think, oh yeah, I haven't spoken to them in ages, I'll send them a message. I send them a message. They would go from the bottom to the top. Okay, you with me so far? This screenshot of these two individuals, I received a text message, not last night, but the night before, from a friend who said, oh my God, they're in your phone, Fiona. And when I first looked at that screenshot, I said, that's not my phone. I don't know who those people are. And the reason I didn't think I knew who those people were is because I haven't contacted them very much. I had two very, very short WhatsApp conversations with them last year in May. They're not people I contact frequently. One is a girl who I met here in the marina who was cleaning a boat. And I said, oh, you're a cleaner. I don't suppose you'd be able to help me clean my house. I can't remember her name. We weren't in touch that much, so I didn't even store her number under a name. She's a girl who lives in Gibraltar, or did before. I mean, I don't actually know where she is now. So I had to search that phone number in my WhatsApps, and up it popped. And I thought, oh my God, that phone number, because the first thing I thought was, that's a Gibraltar mobile. That starts with a 54. What? That's when I realised I think this is from my actual phone. So the other guy is a guy that is involved in commercial marine. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to elaborate any further, again, to protect his identity. He is definitely a Gibraltar resident. And again, I only had a very, very brief conversation with him, again, in May last year. So I'm freaking out, thinking these two people are right at the bottom of my WhatsApp list. They're not people I've spoken to in over a year. When I first saw that, and the guy's full name is displayed, but I've blocked it out. I thought, I don't even know that name. So I searched him in my WhatsApp group. Up he popped. And I had to actually look at the conversations between me and these two people to remember before I thought, oh, I remember. That was the girl that was going to do the cleaning, and then it didn't work out. And he was a guy my boss asked me to contact for something to do with work. So these are not people that I would accidentally have in a screen record. I have to scroll with my thumb to find these people like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to do 9 full scrolls to get down to those two people. Because I have a lot of people in my WhatsApp. I have guests from the house. You know, I contact them by WhatsApp. They're all in my WhatsApps. I have other YouTubers in my WhatsApps. They're all near the top. I have family members in my WhatsApps. They're all near the top. Work colleagues, reasonably near the top. You know, so, wow. Someone's transmitting the mobile telephone number of a girl who was going to do cleaning for me. Her number's just out there. Woo, it's out there, all over the troll account. So I had to contact the Royal Gibraltar Police, not only for my benefit, but for the protection of two citizens who I hardly know, who have no idea I've got a YouTube channel. They probably have no interest in the royal family, and their contact details were blared out there all over the troll account. So as I say, I have spoken to various people. I've spoken to other YouTubers who, of course, have spoken to their various people. And I haven't heard a single person come back with a different theory. Now, the theory is, and it is only a theory, that this has got to be connected to a member of the British royal family who has, number one, the inclination to go in and hack someone's phone and take a screenshot like that. Number two, who has the ability or access to that type of service. Now, I'm going to hypothesize now. We all know Harry has been fighting to get his full security back. But I would suggest that as he is a prince, he is the son of the King of England, it's not an unreasonable conclusion to draw that he would still have access to some royal protection, despite the fact he lives in another country. For example, I don't think it would be unreasonable for a fairly prominent member of the British royal family, and let's face it, Harry's as close as it gets. He's William's brother, he's Charles's son. To have a hotline, let's call it a hotline, shall we? I've had experts in the background tell me what it's actually called, but we'll call it a hotline, back phone, to RAVEC, where Harry could, for example, say, there's been this person at the end of my driveway for months. I think it's a stalker. I found out from local law enforcement this is the name of the person. I've called the local police and I just want RAVEC to know so that RAVEC can make an informed decision about this person without necessarily telling Harry. So I think Harry has the ability to inform RAVEC of persons of interest that concern him, that frighten him, that frighten Meghan. I would imagine that if, and this is only my hypothesis and my imagination, I'm by no means stating Harry has done this as a fact, but let's say if he got the knock with some YouTubers and he was just abusing that and saying to RAVEC, oh, avid gardener, YouTuber, problem. Then if I were to get trolls on my case, which by the way, yeah, I have had for 2 years, and I go to the police are going to get a flasher, whack, 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 from RAVEC. Avid gardener's an obsessed stalker. Harry's potentially told RAVEC. Trevor Coults is a potential stalker. Didn't Trevor get told by YouTube that the reason that he was having difficulties on YouTube is because he was harassing to a protected couple? I think that is a fact, actually, not just my hypothesis. Let's say Yankee Wally. Didn't Omid Scobie at one point claim that Wally was on a fixated persons list? Now, Wally and I actually emailed the police independently, both of us, and we both got the same answer back from the normal police who said, no, there's no such, she's not on a list, but police might not have access to, I don't know, some more private list that RAVEC has, because it seems to me there are death threats. I mean, putting a bullet in mine and Graham's head. Threatening to blow up Buckingham Palace, yeah, that one was suspended pretty quickly, wasn't it? Stalking, I mean, I don't actually mind the fact there's a webcam across the water which watches this marina. I don't really care that our stalker watches us on that webcam. Yeah, I know he does because he put screenshots of our webcam up. What I do mind is seeing screenshots of private numbers of people that I couldn't even remember being posted on a troll account. Now, Hazza, meow mucker, it would appear you and me both got phone hacking problems, haven't we, Harry? You didn't like it much, so did the newspapers actually do that? Did they ever hack your phone, take photographs of your private WhatsApp list and put them in the newspapers? I mean, this evidence isn't just beyond reasonable doubt. It is a fact. Anyone who examines my phone, and I haven't deleted those 2 contacts and I haven't contacted them because when I contact them, they'll skip the list. I want them to stay exactly where they've been for over a year. Did they ever publish in the newspapers screenshots of your private WhatsApp list? Did they? I don't think they did they? But they've done that to me. And that's hard evidence that some serious hacking has gone on. Well, you'd think police would jump like fleas. Here's the weird part. My daughter and I on a conference call to Kent Police that very night, as soon as I realised that it was really two real people on my WhatsApp list. Kent Police, horrified. Not that they're the type of people that say they're horrified, but you can tell from a human being's voice. My daughter's address is under, a marker now. So police know it's a priority. Kent Police said we're phoning Sussex right now, middle of the night. We're phoning them right now to say, why has no action happened? What's stopping it? Because Kent are like, you phoned us in 12th of February. You're telling us nothing's been done? Well, yes and no, Apparently these things take time. Okay, well, I'll call Sussex and we'll find out why these things take time. On the last count, I think there's about 30 to 40 victims. If we include me and Graham and our family, Trevor and his family, Wally and her family, Gertie Rude and her family, Fitness Hutch. We start adding them up. There's a lot of victims. We are now up to 7 police forces involved in this. 7 police forces. We have Sussex, Suffolk, Kent, Buckinghamshire, allegedly Gloucestershire, if certain other forces are to be believed. What was the other one? So thinking of the counties in order. Kent, Suffolk, Sussex, Buckinghamshire, Gloucestershire, Northumberland, and there was a 7th one. I'd have to go through. Oh yes, the Royal Gibraltar Police here in Gibraltar. Well, we're actually in Spain, but I have a Gibraltar phone number because we're so close in range. So I'm on that number. And the Royal Gibraltar Police were probably the hottest of all fleas. They were on this straight away. I reported it online. They phoned me back within 10 minutes. Young guy, totally understood. He said, oh, I get it. These 2 people are low on your WhatsApp list. So basically this person's threatening you, saying they're in your phone, aren't they? They've got the whole, if they've got that, they've got the whole list. They could have other things in your phone. Now, I'm not going to go into what's happening down here with my phone and stuff. But the accompanying words, as you'll see, are something to the effect of, it's not just a data breach at Twitter. It's a data breach of your phone. Who's Paul, Fifi? This poor guy who I hardly know. So there's another 2 victims in Gibraltar. Harry, could you throw any light on this mystery? Because it is a mystery. Who has the power to do that? Now, this little no-mark troll, the actual physical person who types, is a foot soldier, a low-level foot soldier. This is not the person who has hacked anybody's phone. This person is fed. They are fed little things, bit at a time. They have definitely been fed this. This is way beyond, Christopher Boozy, I wouldn't even imagine it's him. Nothing to do with him whatsoever. Why, unless it was for money, why would he do it? Why bother? I know he's had his own data breaches. This is highly sophisticated. And at this level, why bother? Yes, some hackers do things for kudos. Yes, some hackers just attack random websites or whatever. This is something different. This is something high level. And I have spoken to people about the security of WhatsApp and others and the RGP. This is just super weird. We are entering the territory of super weird. And apart from the Royal Gibraltar Police, which is also UK territory, see where I am is Spanish territory, but Gibraltar territory is still under the King. Now I'm going to go back into my hypothesis, and this is where I'm going to end this video. If it ever turns out that it was a member of the royal family who did this, and that police were told, don't do anything about it, then that to me means it's one rule for them and another for us. And you will see me do the fastest 180 from a monarchist into supporting the idea of a republic. If we're going back to the days of Henry VIII, where us little peasants can be hacked, we can have death threats, and then we find the root of it might possibly be through royal protection. I think RAVEC need to get a good look and see who's been logging in, who's been doing what. It's called level 5. Who has the level 5 to go into people's WhatsApps and take screenshots? Now, a lot of people always think, when you talk about going to contact MI6, they think, oh, you know, it's for the birds because of James Bond and all that. You know, fuck off. It's a real thing. It actually exists. And they have a contact form on the internet. And yes, I have contacted them and I have asked the question, is there a possibility that anyone in the royal household has done this? Attention, Prince William, who, let's face it, has had his own data breaches, and Princess of Wales has had data breaches over her medical records and the mystery of what was wrong with her and some nasty person wanting to find out what was wrong with her. So, and then Prince William visits Babylon, MI6, the CIS building, and he makes it be known he has visited it. So yes, I've sent a message through there, and because it's headed for the attention of Prince William, you know, it'd be flagged up straight away like, wah, another nutter, Prince William. Oh, let's read into this. Yeah, she's probably a nutter. Let's look into this. Ah, there's been a lot of police forces. Ah, there's a lot of victims. Ah, it's spilling over kind of into other territories like Gibraltar. Gibraltar is British, and it isn't. It is really self-rule. They are very loyal to the crown, but no one should ever take that for advantage. Don't think for a minute that the chief minister there would allow 2 of his citizens who actually live there to be abused and have their private data put out there. He's a top lawyer, a top international lawyer, as many of the members of the Gibraltar government are, and they are fiercely protective of their citizens. I have brought this to their attention. They are not going to be amused, not one bit. I've even pointed out to Sussex Police that if this continues and then there's things happen here in Spain where I have equal hard evidence, that's going to spill over into yet another jurisdiction. And I live in a monarchy here, the monarchy in Spain. Now, it's a slightly different monarchy because members of our royal family here in Spain have been arrested. Members of our royal family in Spain have abdicated under certain circumstances. Our royal family here in Spain are a lot more accessible, open and amenable to the public, as opposed to the Windsors, who are like rigid, untouchable. Now, I've always admired our monarchy, our late Majesty, and I give full support to King Charles, unless and until I hear that, oh, it's one rule for them and another for us. That's where the line's going to come. And something like this, if it were to be the case, is exactly the type of thing that will bring the monarchy down. Unless the monarchy protects itself, hacks that dead limb off and distances itself. And that's not going to happen while 7 police forces from where I'm sitting are blocked, where there are widows who've been threatened and very, very young minors in their family have had their scout hut, ooh, that's creepy pedo territory, isn't it? Their scout hut published online. Is King Charles, is he going to stand by all this kind of behaviour? Who fed that screenshot of my private WhatsApp group to this neutral account, which appears to be exactly the same person that was behind the Twatalanta one? And I've blocked out its username. I mean, if you want to hunt it down, go for it. But I'm not giving it publicity. This is a big question, isn't it? Has your phone been hacked? I often ask myself what happened with Ashley in the fire where her pet was burned alive. Oh, sorry, 2 fires. I often ask myself a lot of things. How a lot of people's homes and identities have been attacked. Prince William, I'm putting all my money on you. I'm relying on you. But is it really going to come to the case of, oh, even though we don't like Harry, he's a Windsor, he's one of us? Or is the course of the law going to be allowed to run its course? As always, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen and earthlings, for listening.